about judgment, because the ruler of this world has been condemned. I still have many things to say to you, but I cannot bear them now. When the Spirit of truth comes, he will guide you into all the truth, for he will not speak on his own, but will speak whatever he hears, and he will declare to you the things that are to come. He will glorify me, because he will take what is mine and declare it to you. All that the Father has is mine. For this reason, I say to you that he will take what is mine and declare it to you. Word for word.
Thanks be to God.
All right. Okay, Lynn, that was great. Didn't understand anything you just said. Catechism chick. Slip. Oh my gosh. Which is good. I'm really hot. I'm just totally doing this. Fat girl, fat man. I totally understand the heat is just awful in here. Okay. Okay. Okay, fine. I can't see. Okay. Okay, so the Holy Spirit. When we think of the Holy Spirit, that's sometimes what we think of, a nice little dove. So the Holy Spirit has been sent to us from God to help us out on our journey, right? So he's with us and he's helping us, and in fact, he's actually your biggest fan. And he guides God's will for us. He sort of illuminates the path. Of course, we always decide if we're going to go on that path or not, but anyways, he illuminates the path for us. And the great thing about him as well is he also intercedes on our behalf to God. You know when you go to pray and your prayer sounds really not so good? The Holy Spirit's able to take our imperfect prayers and make them perfect and sort of make them awesome. So he's really good about that. And he takes Jesus' message for the world and helps declare it to the world and brings the truth to our hearts. So the Holy Spirit is really essential for us in order for us to lead a moral life and know morality. Wow. It's easy, right? It's really easy to live a moral life?
No.
I was going to say, like, I can just leave. Like, I don't need to do this. Okay. And it can be really difficult. But the great thing about the Holy Spirit, okay, who likes presents? Come on, we all like presents. Because the Holy Spirit, he gives us gifts, and they're pretty rocking.
Music.
And since you guys can name more than two of them, it's awesome because we're going to talk about them. And it's through these gifts of the Holy Spirit that we're able to follow the will of God for us. So we have gifts of the Holy Spirit. So our first one we get, we need to make this lower. We get wisdom. I was going to put a picture of Lynn. Wait, but anyways, because she's old and you always associate old people with wisdom. But anyways.
What's wisdom?
If I didn't say it, somebody else was going
Lynn will
to.
tell you in a second.
Who said it? Okay. So with wisdom, it helps us to know the truth and the will of God. Okay? Okay, then we have understanding, which is, well, like, understanding. Duh. Okay. You ever get that somebody says, Lynn, what's the definition of this? And you're like, you just repeat it back to them. It actually says in my book, understanding is exactly that. I just thought it was funny. Then we have counsel. We need to turn off some lights so you can see the picture. Hey, Bible, why can you turn off the lights so we can see the picture? So counsel. Once you understand the wisdom of God and once you get the wisdom of God and you understand it, you can then talk to other people about your understanding your wisdom of God. Is that better for you guys? Or is that too dark? It's okay? All right. So you can talk to other people about your relationship with God. Okay, then we have fortitude, because who doesn't love Captain America? Okay, we won't talk about Captain America. Anyways, to be a follower of Christ, you need a lot of strength, and the Holy Spirit, I tell you, I know when I get tired, he helps me out and gives me the strength that I need. Possibly.
An animated one. Nothing.
I'm not sure. Okay. Then we get knowledge. Our knowledge is our ability to actually know God. We might know of God, but it means that we get to actually know God. Then we have piety. This is really cool. You want to look up the pelican? It's cool. That's a little homework for you guys. Look it up and see what it's all about. So our piety is our ability to offer ourselves to God. And then we have, Ella talked about the fear of the Lord, which actually in Proverbs it says is the beginning of wisdom. It's kind of neat because it kind of like keeps going in a neat little circle. Fear of the Lord, when Brad and I were at the conference, when they talked about the fear of the Lord a lot, and I liked how they put it, it's understanding that God is God and you're not. It's not like, oh my gosh, I'm so terrified of God, but it's knowing God's greatness and that you're not God. So that's pretty good. So you got them?
Maybe.
Okay?
Yes.
Got it? Okay. So we get 7 gifts of the Holy Spirit, but then, are you hungry? You want some fruit? No. Well, you're going to get some fruit anyways. You get 12 fruits of the Holy Spirit. And do you guys know any of them? Because
Love.
Purity.
Fire breathing.
Purity.
okay, I'm just gonna list them off here for you guys.
Knowledge.
Okay, we have charity, joy, peace, patience, kindness, goodness, generosity, gentleness, faithfulness, modesty,
Yeah.
self-control, chastity.
Yeah.
So there we go. So those are the 12 fruits of the Holy Spirit. And sort of things like when you're really kind of needing some of these things, it's really good, pray to the Holy Spirit and he'll help you out with this. And the interesting thing is, we've been talking about vocations a lot over the last little bit. And the interesting thing is that people who are living in their vocation and sort of living, using their gifts of the Holy Spirit and getting the fruits, we don't recognize them because they're sort of like, hey, look at me, I've got a lot of self-control. We notice them because they're glorifying God, they're not glorifying themselves. So just try and work on some of these things, pray for some of these things, and know why you're doing some of these things. And when you do these things, they can help you get closer to being a saint. So before class is over, I just have a couple of things that we're going to talk about. I'm just going to turn on the light. I'll just turn on the light. Okay, so we're going to have